Hey, several clients over the last few days have mentioned something about cheating. And it wasn't a big deal, but like, oh, I had a cheater meal, or I had a cheat day, or I'm finding myself cheating a little bit. And I got to thinking about that term and how we use it, and why I think the way we use it in terms of food is a mistake. So let's talk about cheating in terms of like a test or a race. So, I run marathons and ultras, and there's a whole movement to catch cheaters because the people are cheating in these races. They can, be off somewhere and grab a bicycle and ride for part of it, or have a twin. I don't know what people do, or take a bus, get in a car, somehow fiddle with their Garmin watch. And people do it because there's a reward at the end for having come in first, for having won, for having been in the top. And that reward kind of overwhelms the original purpose of a challenge, of a race, which is what you have to go through, who you have to become in order to achieve the end goal. So cheating is anything where you get closer to the result without having to do anything meaningful, without having to work harder, without having to work smarter, without having to introspect. Anything that you can get away with and get to the end of the race faster is considered cheating because you haven't earned it. And the goal of cheating is to get away with it so that there are no consequences. Now, when you think about cheating in terms of food, it's impossible. How can you eat something and not have consequences? The consequences are inevitable. They're part of the natural law. So, and what you're actually doing when you're cheating on food is you are moving farther away from your goal, from the finish line, from your ideal weight, from getting off the meds, from whatever the external reward you have envisioned is. You're cheating. You're actually not getting closer. You're getting farther away. So when I think about that finish line, and when I'm in the middle of a race, man, if it's a tough race, I would do almost anything to just get to the finish line. And almost anything. Because one thing I would not do is cheat. Because first of all, I'm not an elite racer, so it's not like, oh, I'm this, pure human being. I'm just not tempted because me coming in 29th instead of 46th is not going to be a real big deal. And that's like a race out of 100 people, by the way. So understanding that because there's a finish line, it doesn't make the finish line a better place than the start line or where I am now in the race. The finish line is there not because I want to get there because that's where the party's happening. The finish line is there so that I can go through the process. The finish line makes the journey necessary and interesting and allows us to go on the journey. And the journey is not about cheating. The journey is about moving towards that goal because of the person we have to become, because of the person we get to become to achieve that goal, whether it's finishing the marathon, whether it's dropping 20 pounds. Cheating is, the way we talk about it with food is exactly the opposite. So what I'd like you to do is to remove the idea of cheating, remove the word, the concept from your vocabulary, because it feels like you're getting away with something to get quicker to your goal, and in both elements, it's the exact opposite. All right, so let's have a great weekend, a great week. Talk to you again soon. Be well, my friends.